Advanced self-conquest. The number of single households is steadily increasing. While 10 years ago it was still a social stigma to go through life as a single, today one reaps appreciative and sometimes envious looks. Many relationships live only on appearances and the sheer habit of spending life as a couple. More and more, people admit to having been much lonelier in their marriages and partnerships than when they were single. Essentially, being single is the most honest form of relationship ever. There's nothing to sugarcoat, there are no discussions and no false hopes. What has to be done cannot be delegated, and dreams have to be taken into one's own hands. The way out of the comfort zone of togetherness may be unfamiliar, even scary at the beginning, but there is actually no compelling reason not to maintain the classic couple rituals as a single. Today's video will spark your ideas. If you like our videos, then support us with a thumbs up and subscribe to Psychology in Mind, activate the bell for notifications, and look forward to videos uploaded daily. Number 1. Singles travel. They have long been a topic and enjoy great popularity. You might wish to clarify beforehand if the itinerary is a purely party arrangement similar to Tinder & Go, where casual flirts and erotic adventures are top on the menu. On the other hand, with cultural or opera trips, it's not surprising if the proportion of women is exorbitantly high. But that doesn't matter. Even if there's no flirt in sight, then there's at least the prospect of meeting some wonderful new people and having a lot of fun together on a singles vacation. Number 2. Cinema, theater, and museums. These places are perfect as an introduction for new singles who still feel a little uncomfortable alone. In cinemas, you'll be sitting in the dark with everyone staring at the screen. It's similar to the theater. Mostly, one can't tell. As an outsider anyway. Who belongs with whom or belongs only to themselves? When going to a museum, and now you have the chance to immerse yourself in cultural riches as you only desired before in a relationship. It may seem strange at first not to be able to share your personal impressions with anyone, but in return, you don't have any whining adults in tow who are constantly looking at their watches in annoyance and would rather play on their smartphones than devote themselves to the works of creative geniuses. It can even be an uplifting experience to roam the vast halls alone, taking as much time as you want for each painting and artifact. Allowing art to have an intense effect can release endorphins and provide genuine feelings of happiness, even when no one else is around for miles. And the next tip can be combined with the cultural event because art makes you hungry. Number 3. Going out to eat. Here, the inhibition threshold for most people is already quite high. Eating in a nice ambiance and tasting heavenly dishes and drinks is actually a deeply social act. So if you really don't feel comfortable with the idea, you can start this exercise in a canteen or company cafeteria. There, sitting alone at a table is not that noticeable. In restaurants, it's a good idea to start by sitting in a hidden place at the bar or in a corner where you'll feel less like you're on display. In some countries, by the way, having a coffee or lunch alone is not an issue at all. If you've ever been to Paris, you'll see many women there enjoying their break alone. The unconditional need for someone opposite seems to be a trained phenomenon of our society. By the way, once the inhibition threshold has been overcome, it becomes easier and easier to show up at an upscale restaurant without any company. If it helps, you can take along a newspaper or a book as a mental crutch at the beginning. Playing around on the smartphone is also possible, of course, but it doesn't have to be. No single person needs a justification for enjoying a nice meal alone. Number 4. Going to a bar. Now here we have the supreme challenge for the newly single. Anyone who has ever had to wait in a bar for someone who is running late knows how unpleasant it can be to wait there alone. As a woman especially, it's assumed that you must be looking for a quick adventure. This is not true, of course. However, you should not be surprised if you are approached. But who knows? Maybe a potential partner for your next stage of life is at a bar somewhere, feeling similarly strange. Anything is possible. Number 5. Attending a wedding. The horror par excellence for singles is an invitation to a wedding. But be careful, it's not as dramatic as it seems, especially in American movies. On the contrary, as a single person, you won't be seated at the children's table, nor will you have to dine in the kitchen with the catering staff. These exaggerated social prejudices have long been history, if they ever corresponded to reality in our latitudes. At every wedding, there is a seating arrangement. The bride will create these to the best of her ability and will certainly find a combination of table neighbors that is tolerable. You also have many advantages as a single person at a wedding. You can move freely throughout the day and choose to your heart's content with whom you want to engage in conversation and with whom you'd rather not. Observe the couples present, help yourself to another drink, and you're allowed to smile at their discomfort or awkwardness a little. Enjoy the food, the wine, the good mood, and rock the dance floor single-handedly until the wee hours. Number 6. Nurture your own sexuality. No, this is not a call for a wild one-night stand offensive. According to surveys, this is how it looks when it comes to sex. We have the best and most intense with ourselves. This, of course, negates everything Hollywood and all lifestyle magazines wanted to make us believe over the years. But go ahead and dedicate yourself to your body and your needs according to desire and mood. It doesn't get any better on the erotic front. Today's conclusion. As a single, you know what you have. The best thing about being single is there are no more disappointments in everyday life, there are no lame excuses, and no one you have to drag behind you like a backpack for every leisure activity. You can rely on yourself 100%, always and everywhere, and live your life intensively and to the fullest. If you're still not happy with your new lifestyle, you can go out and look for a new life partner. Being single has always helped on that front. Most people only know what they actually expect and want from a partnership after they have been alone for a while. Nevertheless, we'll always have the most important relationship of our lives with ourselves. The head on our shoulders and the feelings in our chest will always be there, no matter where we go and with whom. So investing in this special long haul is well worth it.
Thanks for watching. Did you find this information helpful? Do you have experience with it? We would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and let us know your thoughts. For more resources about mental health, self-improvement, and psychology, visit our website. You'll find the link in the video description where you can also connect with us on social media and sign up for our email list. Take care of yourself and have a beautiful day.